All right, welcome, Wayne, onto our interview here, our successor interview about certified manifestation coach. Now, Wayne, you've been blowing it out of the water, so I was looking forward to chatting. And anybody listening into the interview today, I think you'll be blown away by what Wayne has been able to do with his coaching business, because he's been studying personal development a long time. He's been doing some marketing things, but now he's solidifying and aligning more into his purpose and calling. So welcome, Wayne. How are you? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it here. So your first 30 days in certification, I want to talk about just before you even entered the program and mentorship. So tell me a little bit before you signed up. It was like the first or second week in October there. Where were you at in terms of, internally, where were you at in life, and what inspired you to find a bigger direction, I guess, from there?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity. I certainly appreciate it. And I just want to announce publicly, really quickly, please accept my profuse apology for coming on with a sweatshirt and not looking my best. But thank you for your patience there. All right.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
when I first signed up with you, Scott, I was ready for a change, and my business needed to grow beyond me closing people one on one in sales. I needed to scale my business. And frankly, I met you through a gentleman that assisted you with a model on Facebook or social media to do that, to accomplish that. And he was talking to me about your program very briefly, not extensively at all. I looked into it and I knew immediately, based upon some of the language that you were using, not to mention your experience with the renowned and legendary Bob Proctor, that I had to connect with you. So I placed a call into whomever, and it went from there. I was ready for change, and I was ready to scale my business.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've had a lot of business experience yourself, but maybe there was a spot I think that we spoke about there that your calling was something a little bit also oriented to personal development, not just sales or not just other businesses. It was also around helping others succeed. So tell me a little bit more about that calling you feel to go out there, inspire, encourage, and help people. What was that all about?
Sure. I've been in ministry now, and it's the preaching ministry of the gospel of Jesus Christ for 36 years. And that has always been a lifelong desire of mine. I started out very early in life. I was 14 years old when I started ministering the gospel.
Wow.
I've had the opportunity to do that rather throughout the United States, covering every major city throughout the U.S. And that's just something that's always been ingrained in me to help people. So I started using the personal development and growth principles and strategies that I would learn just through reading and listening to people like Bob Proctor online in my ministry. I pastor a local church here in the Northwest Washington, D.C. area, and it began to work in a dynamic capacity. So I knew that if I could learn more and grow more myself, much more extensively than just listening from afar to these great speakers, that I will be able to impact people's lives in a more revolutionary way. Hopefully that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were already, I mean, being 14 years old, you were introduced to, I'm going out there serving people and helping people. But, after so many years, you were like, you know what, I want to be able to expand who I am, expand my presence and impact and basically legacy. That was kind of the overall ambition, kind of where you wanted to go, correct? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Well, really good. Well, since entering the program, I mean, you've activated 7 brand new clients, which is amazing feat because anybody who doesn't really know this stuff, essentially going out there and getting clients, it can be a hard path if you don't really know what you're doing. But then when you have the tools, the resources, the marketing experience, or any of that, you can start to understand, how do I go out there and help people, right? So 7 clients in your first really about 28, 29 days in the program. And you also won our contest, our 30-day challenge that we host. So anybody that's unfamiliar with that, we do a 30-day challenge for all of our coaches, daily accountability call Monday through Friday, and help you with marketing and help you with energetic alignment and all of that. And you won first place, which is $1,000 cash prize, which is amazing. So, tell me a little bit more about your winnings, your 7 clients. How did you feel when you were doing it all, and overall process of how that went for you? Seven.
Well, if you don't mind, as I answer that question, I'd like to really just put a shout out there to one of your staff members. I think she's been with you for quite some time. Her name is Sheila.
Yeah.
Uh, she's been very encouraging to me, quite inspiring. She has an accountability call with me once per week. And by the time I get off of that conversation, I always feel like I can climb Mount Everest. Okay.
Yeah.
She's dynamic in what she does, and she represents the program phenomenally. So I'd like to make sure that that is stated. In terms of the clientele base that I've been able to acquire over the past few weeks, I have, and if I'm going too far out here, please bring me right back in. But I have a business called C1 Media, and what we do is we put people on smart TV throughout the world, business owners as well as ministry leaders. And what I was able to do is simply sign them up to that program on the front end. And then on the back end, I let them know in order to really be successful in this, you really do need coaching short term and long term. And I am a developing manifestation coach. And I've been in ministry for 36 years. I understand how to help people excel and be succeed, but I'm going to a whole different level myself because I'm growing. And I say, this is what it costs. And this is the investment. And this is what we can do for you. And I'm going to meet with you every week. Metaphorically, hold your hand. And we're going to develop quite an intimate relationship and help you transcend whatever challenges you may be having. And they're in. So I just kind of sell them there, my product, my solution. And then I tie them right on over to you and say, by the way, this is what we can do to bolster your success, not only in business, but in every area of your life.
Yeah.
And the 7 people have said yes so far.
Yeah, amazing, amazing feat. And when you're thinking about bringing them through our manifestation accelerator, so again, anybody listening to video, when you become certified with us, you get the program that's very proven with 1,500 people through it with this manifestation accelerator, 48 modules in a row. So it's almost like a franchise or a license that you get to do this stuff. So, have you been seeing the excitement of you already having the curriculum? How do you feel about that? How has it helped you as well, having that tool in your pocket?
Definitely. So let me just say this. I was coaching people prior to having the privilege of meeting you as well as your team. But the difference was, if I could say it this way, I was sort of like a Jackley kind of situation. I was taking bits and pieces here, Bob Proctor, reading books, and just kind of consolidating everything. But there was really no real efficiency or effectiveness to it because I didn't totally know what I was talking about. I was just piecing things here and there and using the really natural gift of gab that God has given me. But with this, oh man, I tell them, I say, listen, this program is very organized. It's dynamic. You're going to unlock one video per week. And they're impressed by what they see. It makes me look like a superstar. So it just makes my job so much easier now. And that's what I really love about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of people will start coaching, they do one-on-one, and it's like there's no real scalability and leverage because you're sending out all your knowledge, but nothing's recorded or systemized in a way to provide it to more than one client, right? So I think you said it so well as kind of all these different ideas, putting it into one and being able to run with it, right? Which is huge. So in terms of also the certification, what are your most important things you're seeing as well in our certification, the business training? Like you said, the accountability coach, we have an amazing soul, Sheila. We have a success coach, Selena. What have you found to be the most important tools that we give that have been helpful to you and, getting to the success that you've seen so far in the program?
Well, the daily videos that you send out, that's very nice. It helps you broaden your perspective every day, and you actually will send a video out. For example, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Let me just give you another tip on how to manifest, another strategy. Listen to this. And they're not super lengthy. It's something you can listen to typically in the scope of 20, 30 minutes or less, or 40 minutes or less. And you get it and you focus. A lot of what you've been saying has been relating to what I have heard in terms of my listening and reading books, my internal mental screen. So I've been practicing. I'm practicing what you're saying. I'm actually putting it into use in my daily life. And I'm starting to see. And I tell my wife all the time, I say, honey, this is incredible. I mean, this stuff really works. This is phenomenal. Like I'm visualizing this stuff. So that's the first thing. I've received those daily notes from you via video. The second thing is I love the group concept. I love the fact that there is a team out there and it's 100% focused on positivity and optimism and pushing everyone. And of course, everyone wants to be a standout, but I don't feel there's a negative energy of competition there. It's like everybody's going to win. Let's root for everybody. And I really like that part about it. So this is the culture, I should say, that has really helped me over the past 4 weeks. Hopefully that makes sense and I'm not sounding delusional right now.
No, I mean, you're in that alignment, right? Because you're in the spirit of living it by example and you're seeing it work, right? And then you just get into that feeling of excitement and feeling of belief and confidence in what's possible, right? Which actually leads me into the question of how do you feel compared to prior when you were starting the program, you were trying to look for something and you feel now, are you seeing a shift in your frequency overall, that kind of feeling on a daily basis?
Absolutely shifting my frequency. I, I was always my father. Let me just say this quickly to you. Has been in ministry for 55 years now, and these are five. He always said to me while growing up, Wayne, I believe in you. So I've always had this core value of confidence that my father instilled in me. But the past month, I truly believe, and this is going to sound totally corny, okay? I get it.
Yeah.
I totally believe that there is absolutely, unequivocally, emphatically nothing that I can't accomplish. Like, I believe, call me crazy, I believe that in 2023, if I push myself to go as far as I possibly could go in creating this inner image and this picture in my mind, focusing on that and evolving in terms of my personal growth and development, I believe that I can get 1,000 clients and work with you. You teach me the process, and I can get 1,000 clients. That's going to sound retarded to people. Okay, I get it. But this is what the program has done for me. It's made me a believer. I've always been a believer in God, but now I totally believe in Wayne. I can do anything. Nothing is all.
Yeah, that's right. 2023 can be huge because you're already getting that running start into it, right? You're already in that alignment. You're seeing that belief and you're seeing the difference. But let's talk about that goal that you have let's talk about those 7 clients. What came in, say, for your cash collected, recurring revenue, and then what are your goals for next year? So we can see where you're going to go because we're going to do a second interview together and we're going to, after those goals are accomplished, and we're going to compare the two as well. So what happened there with the cash collected, revenue that came in recurring as well? And then where do you want to take this?
Okay, so I'm not like some of the big dogs. There's a couple that you have working with you. Phew, man, when I saw the numbers they were pulling in, it was just phenomenal. I love those guys. What's their name once again?
John and Antoinette. Yep.
Okay, so mine, I started off just doing, bringing $1,500 down and then $50 per week. Okay, I want to move to $29.99 down and then do $50 per week. I'd like to do that by January, and I believe I can do it. By the end of 2023, I like to be in the place in my consciousness where I could comfortably just push to get $10,000 down and then say something like whatever per week or per month. But I'd love to do that, 500 per month. I must admit, I want to be very transparent with you right now. I'm not there yet in terms of my consciousness. It's hard for me to swallow asking for people for 10 grand down and then 500 per month. But I believe if I continue on, and I will, that I will get there by the end of next year. I believe that.
Yeah. And where you're at right now, it's perfect. I love your transparency because you really just got started on your next level. You've done so well up until this point, and it's like taking it from this frequency to this, but it's constantly chipping away. It's persistence. It's a continued effort. And, if we're not hearing conscious, it's okay. We're doing the healing work to get there. And eventually you keep chipping away at it, it's going to happen. So, even having, like you said, $1,500 down and those recurring clients coming through, 7 of those, you add that up, that's almost about 10K cash collected there. And you have residual recurring income coming in. Obviously, it's active income at the same time. It's not some passive source because you're helping your clients, right? But you're starting to create a monthly income. You're starting to create those activation of clients. So anybody listening in that does hear those huge numbers, like we talked about John and Antoinette, 50K cash collected, or, getting to 80,000 a month, or, sometimes we want to boil it down and say, you know what, this at 10K a month or 5K a month recurring is still an amazing, amazing spot to be in, because then you can only scale from there. So amazing, Wayne. And one thing I would say is, what would you tell all the beginners? Some people may hear you and say, well, I haven't been doing ministry for 30 plus years. I don't know marketing, right? And they're coming in this as a beginner, but they do have the craving to serve, to help people. They have the calling to coach and help people. What would you say to those beginners? Do you think they could also get started without any experience, without any real deep marketing knowledge or business knowledge? Do you think they could actually be successful in this using manifestation and alignment and business strategies?
Absolutely. I am a living testimony to this. I believe that you can come in, and if you are just open-minded, if you'll come in and just make a deliberate, determined decision, I'm going to learn and listen, remain positive, period, end of story on that. Avoid negative, cynical, jaded thinking. There's nothing that you can accomplish in this situation. And you're surrounded by the correct people. You already have the new family that's going to provide a culture that's going to continue to grow and develop the positivity. So you have that. You just have to be willing to be teachable. And if that's the case, sky's the limit.
Yeah, teachable, coachable, that's the quality. That's a prerequisite, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So people are coming in, they're coachable, they're, saying, I really want to make this thing work. For you, where do you think you want to take this over the next 3 to 5 years? Because you're leaving a legacy. I mean, we're not even talking about income now. We're talking about your presence in the world. So where do you think you want to take this, and what do you think you're going to go towards?
Well, I think very large. So, there are already some visionary thought processes that I've had over the past for the next 3 to 5 years that I know for a fact I'll be able to get there because of this the manifestation component of my life. I really will definitely go into politics over the next 3 to 5 years. I do see myself. Oh no, can you still see me?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you're still here. Yeah.
My phone went to low power mode, it seems. I do see myself going into traditional cable television and working with some networks as a consultant for faith communities, for minority communities, many sides pieces to that. And I do see myself continuing to grow our piece where we help people overseas. So right now, my wife and I are philanthropists. And during the pandemic of 2021, we were able to distribute, and we're very blessed to be able to do this, $150,000 to single mothers and fatherless children and develop pastors around the world. I that is a financial component. I'd like to see that grow to $1 million over a 24-month period. And now I can see how it's going to happen. In the past, it has felt at times like a pipe dream because you kind of get disfranchised about certain things that are occurring. But now I know for a fact it's absolutely possible. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's huge because it's, again, expanding more of you. It's not just about creating income. It's not just about creating a business. It's creating a presence where you can be around the world without actually you being there. You can be helping a lot more people because the more money you have, it's just going to magnify who you already are, right? So
Absolutely.
within that alignment, you're already doing it. And now you're just saying, let me 10x that. Let me allow myself in that, purpose. So anybody else listening into this work goes beyond, just you starting as a certified manifestation coach. This work also goes beyond to help the world and what legacy you're going to start, right? And what you're going to actually start moving towards overall. So really good, Wayne. I really appreciate everything so far on this. I'd say last two questions for you. Number one is, in terms of manifestation, what's maybe one of the top things that you've learned so far around manifesting that's helped you in the last, 40 days with us that you got started? Is there a particular piece of manifestation that you've learned, letting and allowing, alignment, frequency? Maybe not the number one thing, but one of the top things that you have really needed to dedicate focus on. You've seen progress and now you're living that example now. What is one of those pieces?
Definitely. That's a tremendous question. The relationship between my conscious mind and my subconscious mind, and how my conscious mind and my subconscious mind have an intimate intermingling, if I could use that term, at night when I'm sleeping. It's very important to go to sleep as you drift off consciously, realizing that I'm successful and not projecting it in the future, but always living in that, saying that's who I am right now. So, for example, I will go to sleep and I will be saying, I am $750,000 per month. I literally am $750,000 per month, and I am manifesting myself. And so the going to sleep, and when I wake up, I lie there for about 15 minutes, and I say these affirmations to myself, and I'm totally at peace and still and relaxed. And I wake up and I get up refreshed, and it's just really changed my whole day. Because prior to that, a lot of times, if you're negative in your thinking prior to going to bed, you wake up and you have the drama and the theater of the day that is already in motion because of what you've been impressing upon your subconscious consciously. And now you just have the ability to kind of react as positively as you can to these pitfalls that you've kind of developed in your mind, and this is the vibration you manifested throughout the day. Am I making sense at all? Am I telling?
Absolutely. Nailing it.
The primary key component that I've learned, and just that one little principle has shifted everything for me. Like, and I'm a baby at this, so I'm really looking forward to it. That's it.
Yeah. Amazing. That right there, you nailed it. It's right before you drift in, allowing your unconscious to be unprogrammed, reprogrammed with the right frequency, your intention, your desire. Absolutely, absolutely huge. So let's go ahead and conclude this interview with, number one, if anybody's watching this video and they are interested in certified manifestation coach, they've been looking at it, what would you say to them, Wayne, if they're like, maybe I don't know, what should I do? Should I kind of start the program? Should I not? What would your advice be to them in that kind of scenario?
Go for it. Really successful people throughout the planet, human history, world history, period. Once they get a gut feeling in their spirit, they don't wait around. They don't let grass grow under their feet. They get that feeling and they go for it. They go with the feeling and they move. So I say, don't hesitate. Don't be apprehensive. Move now.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really strong. Really good. And for anybody listening into this video that maybe just wants some coaching as a certified manifestation coach, rather than actually becoming a coach, rather than actually doing that certification, where could they contact you? What would that look like for them if they want to reach out and just get a little bit of coaching from you?
Sure. You can always reach out to me in three different ways. Number one, you can reach out to me via my email address, WAYNE at C, the letter C, the number one media.org, Wayne at C, number one media.org. Or you can go to our website, c1media.org. Or, you can call me or text me, 240-521-6092. And we'll also put you on every smart TV throughout the planet. Amazon, Apple, Roku, Android, and Google. I had to throw that in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, your presence here is just going to enlighten a lot of people. And I really appreciate the time and energy you're willing to talk a little bit about your experience, who you are as a person. Wayne is amazing, an amazing soul. And where you're taking this is going to be a stratosphere. And like I said, we're going to do a second interview in about, 6 months from now. And you're going to see it's just going to be a completely different field that we're going to start talking about, right? So sending a lot of blessings to you, Wayne. I appreciate your time and really, really thankful for today.
Thank you for being a life changer, Scott. I mean that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.